And because he was like that, I was just like, okay, I don't want to keep on doing this to him. So we just stopped at a certain point. And once I found out what we were having, I was just like, okay, I'm good. As long as we're good, we're happy. His heart rate was always good when we got checked by the midwife. So I didn't feel the need to keep on seeing him, even though I did want to. I was just like, we'll just leave him alone. Let him go ahead and cook, and do what he needs to do while he's in there, and just let him, grow and be married. So anyway. My midwife did teach us about a technique called hypnobirthing. And hypnobirthing is a process of you just being able to breathe your baby out. And that's exactly what I did. I pushed maybe like twice. Like twice. Right when my baby crowned, his head was already coming out. And I just pushed him a little bit more just to get him out. And then I pushed my placenta out. And that was the 2 times that I pushed, to be honest. The rest, my body did the work. And my baby did the work. And that's how that went. And it was just amazing to learn about hypnobirthing. I didn't dive super deep into hypnobirthing, during my pregnancy, which I was told to, but I didn't do everything. But I did listen to an audiobook that really, really put me in the mindset of knowing how to breathe and what to expect and things like that. And I really learned a lot from the hypnobirthing audiobook that I listened to. I can't remember the name of the audiobook, but when I find it, I will tell you, and I will actually probably put a link in the description below when I find it again. But yeah, what else? I went into labor at 2 o'clock in the morning on December 23rd. At first, my boyfriend was asleep, and I was getting a lot of Braxton Hicks, the week of and the week before, just because I was at the last swing of my pregnancy. I was getting a lot of the Braxton Hicks. So I'm like, yeah, baby's coming. He actually came a week and a day late from his original due date, which was December 15th. So we ended up having him on the 23rd, and I was kind of devastated because once you get to your due date, you're like, yes, he's coming, and you're like, crickets. He did not come on the original due date, but it was okay because he came right when he was supposed to, right on time, and all that good jazz. So I was thankful of him just arriving when he was supposed to come. And like I said, so my boyfriend was sleeping when I initially went into labor, and I don't think my midwife believed me initially when I told her, because I was, just like, yeah, he's about to come, and she's like, girl, please. That's how it seemed. When I finally told her, when we got on the phone with her at 2 o'clock in the morning on December 23rd, she was like, are you sure? She tried staying on the phone with me, and I'm like, I can't even talk right now. Like, I don't even want to talk because I'm trying to breathe, and your breathing changes from regular breathing to breathing. So I was doing that, and she said to me, she told me to just take a bath and try to relax and listen to some music, which I did. And then, it was on from there. So, getting into the groove of things, I was laboring all day, up until 6:56 p.m. So in between that time, I was in and out of the water. We had, the pool in the house, and we were just like in and out the tub, in and out the water, because what felt comfortable to me was standing up and getting on my tippy toes, doing like a heel toe type of dance that I was doing just to keep my pelvic floor open and to not feel so contained. So when I laid on the bed, I felt contained. When I got in the water initially, I felt contained, and I just was like, okay, get me out. I need to stand up. I need to feel comfortable. I need to walk around, that kind of thing. And I just want to dispel a myth for new mommies. You can eat during your labor and delivery. You don't have to eat. You're not eating big meals. But my midwife, she did not pass me no ice because I would probably threw it. This serious, not really, but I'm just saying, like, I was hungry, so she was like, "You want some fruit?" And it was like music to my ears when she said, "I want some fruit." I was like, "Heck yeah!" So I ended up getting some strawberries and kiwi. So that's what I was eating during my laboring process, and it was cool. Like, nothing. I didn't have to boo-boo. I didn't have, none of those things. I know I'm a little graphic, but shoot, we're talking about pregnancy and delivery and babies. So that's as graphic as you can get. And this is real life bodily things that happen during labor and delivery. You feel like you got to shit. And that's exactly how I felt during my labor and delivery process. But I didn't have to actually boo-boo. It just felt that way, as the baby was trying to come out. What else? So, my mucus plug. Let's talk about my mucus plug. So, my mucus plug came out a couple of days before I went into labor. And actually a week before I went into labor. I don't remember the timeline, but I know it definitely came out before I went into labor. Just a small little bit of it. The big part of the mucus plug came out like during labor and delivery, and I was just like, whoa. Like, everything that was happening was just like amazing, like how the body works in your favor, like what your body does to prepare you to receive your baby. So the mucus plug, the mucus was coming out. I didn't break any water until my baby actually came out. So I thought initially going into labor, I was going to feel like see the trickle, the water and all that stuff. That didn't happen to me. It happened when my baby was coming out in the water. So that was it. I ended up having my son, I laid on the bed a couple of times. I was uncomfortable, like I said. I got in the water later on, and I ended up having my baby. That was about 16 hours of laboring. But to be honest, I didn't feel that it took that long. I felt like maybe I was in labor for about 6 hours because I was in such a zone that it didn't feel that long. But the people around me, of course, they felt that. They were like, look, we've been here for hours, especially my boyfriend. He was probably like, just so stressed about the time frame and things that were said. But, anyway, I had my baby on my knees in the water, and I pushed him out backwards. So instead of me catching my baby in my arms, he was placed on my back because it felt so comfortable being on my knees and pushing my baby out, and in that backwards position. God bless the women that had their babies on their backs. That's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world, because initially I was like, this water is uncomfortable, so let me go ahead and lay on the bed and try to have this baby on the bed. And then I got on the bed and laid down. I was like, hell no, take me to the water. Take me to the water. No, but yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, no, I cannot have my baby on my back. Nah. It just felt like everything got trapped. Everything started locking up. So I just got in the pool and pushed my baby out backwards. I listened to the meditation, the Hypnobirthing meditation, over and over again, and I'll let you know exactly what that the audio book was if you want to try, like pregnant mommies, if you want to just listen to Hypnobirthing. There's a lot of YouTube videos on hypnobirthing, but I believe that the audiobook was really amazing. So like I said, I'll link that in the description below. And that's pretty much it. That was labor and delivery. And my baby came to me, like I said, 6:56 p.m. He was placed on my back. I was so happy. I was like, my baby, once he got here. And I teared for a little bit, but I was just so excited just to even look into my baby's eyes. We did not do the lotus birth. So I did, after 3 hours, when my placenta stopped pulsating, I gave, we ended up cutting the cord. My boyfriend, cut the cord. And that was it. That was my first night with him. It was just thinking about it. It was an amazing experience, and I would never trade it for the world. Like, it's something, like pregnancy and having your baby is just a godlike experience. Like, yeah, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Now, would I do it a second time? I don't know. I may do it again, maybe in a couple of years, but not too soon. But it's definitely a beautiful experience. So thank you for listening. I will talk about postpartum in my next video. But if you have any suggestions, you want to talk about anything, you want to start a forum with me, if you have any comments, concerns, anything that you want to share, I'm free. I'm open to any type of communication and conversation. I just know that I just want to start a open mommy forum about new moms, especially after 30, and we'll talk about it. So be blessed. I want to send good vibes, peace, light, and love to you, and I will talk to you all soon. I think I might try to drop a video maybe once a week, or every couple of days, but you'll get it. Just hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell thing, and let me know how often you want me to drop a video, because we can talk about anything, especially about mommies, what to do, do's and don'ts, and all this good great stuff. Like, I am a new mommy totally and completely, but I love to hear about hear what veteran moms would know already, what moms who already had their babies, who are still new, what they've gone through. I'm 3 months in, so I'm still learning everything, and all that good jazz. So hit me up. All right. So like I said, this is Najma signing off, and I will talk to you all soon. Peace, light, and love.